It's Thursday, July 4th, 2024. Happy 4th of July to all of you out there, all you Vol fans out there. Hopefully, if you began this day with 2 hands and 10 fingers, hopefully you end this day with 2 hands and 10 fingers. Tennessee they reload under Tony Vitello. The reload continues. Tennessee adds, according to Baseball America, the number 1 player in the transfer portal, former Louisville infielder Gavin Keelan, who I think he predominantly played shortstop this past season for Louisville. Over his 2 years there, he's predominantly played shortstop and second base. So when he comes in, I think it remains to be seen. Will he be a shortstop? I think that's probably his intention coming in, but there's going to be a battle in the fall between Gavin Keelan, Curley, Ariel Antigua for that shortstop position. It remains to be seen. I think you probably make Keelan the odds-on favorite to win it because he is, from what I read, an elite up-the-middle guy. That's what Tennessee needs at that position, a guy who can cover those, so to speak. But Keelan, again, number 1 player in the portal. He's currently playing in the Elite Cape Cod League up in the upper Northeast. I think up around the Massachusetts area. Summer Catch, the old baseball movie, if you've seen that, I think that's based on Cape Cod League. So there's your guy, Gavin Keelan in the fold. I've seen the speculation for a couple of days that Tennessee was leading on it, and then he does complete it today. So a little bit about him. He did announce it on his Instagram today, and then multiple outlets were reporting it. Now, according to his stats on the year, and I'm going to steal a little bit of stats here from Ben McKee 24/7, who put these up on that. Saved me a little bit of the research here, but obviously I could have found it. So he did start 56 games at shortstop this past season. 9 home runs, 339 batting average, 22 doubles. Now, a guy on Twitter, actually my first year teaching, one of my former students, and he goes by his name on there, Kerry Williams. Oh, Kerry. He posted, I saw it here a little bit, he posted a video of Keelan hitting a bomb, said, "We have another Drew Gilbert on our team." Keelan hits a bomb. He walks. He flips that bat. He's taking off his elbow pad and everything off. He's not even halfway down the line. So it looks like the dude has a little bit of fire in him. And so he bats left. Of course, he throws righty if he's playing in the middle infield. Here's what I like about him. The big thing with me, strikeout rate, 9.4% strikeout rate. So if you break that up a little bit, I'm pretty good with numbers. You might be surprised on this. Obviously, 9 out of 100 times he's striking out. But if you break that into games, all right, this guy's going to hit more than likely at the top of the order somewhere. If he doesn't lead off, he'll be somewhere up there. All right, he gets 4 bats per game. That's 25 games. He's striking out once every 3 games. Put that into more terms. You put that on an at average. Now, will that increase in the SEC? It's possible. It's very possible. But over a 3-game weekend series, he's striking out once for the weekend. That's pretty good, guys. That is pretty good. I like a guy who can put it in play. And you got to think, coming to Knoxville as well, 9 home runs last year in 52 games. You got to think that those extra base hits, those home run numbers, they're not going to do anything but go up, especially working with Josh Elander, especially playing in Lindsey Nelson Stadium. So again, elite middle infielder, power numbers 9 this past season. But, as a guy continues to progress and grow, yeah, I totally expect those will go up as well. And, I wouldn't just say he's for sure the shortstop next season, because I think 2 other guys are going to have something to say about it as well. But I could see it being Curley at third, Keelan at short, Antigua or whomever wins that battle at second base. Because if Antigua's not hitting, I think he's going to have a hard time in the lineup. I'm curious. I'm hoping to get to see him play Thursday. He's playing for the Greenville Flyboys. I'm talking about Antigua of the Appalachian League. And actually a guy I coached last year is playing for them as well right now from the Citadel. So I'm kind of curious. I'm hoping I'll get to make it up to Johnson City next Thursday to see them play. But, and of course, Tennessee I didn't do a video on this. They did have another infielder hit the portal. It was announced yesterday, Camden Bates, who's out of the Midwest. He played a little bit earlier in the season and then did not play later, he did hit the portal. So, there's been numerous guys hit the portal. Of course, Tennessee now, Tanner Franklin was the first one, right-handed pitcher from Kennesaw State. He's from nearby Jefferson County High School, Jefferson City, Tennessee. And now Gavin Keelan adds the next one. So who's the next fish that could possibly be caught on the hook? There's a lot of rumors. A couple guys from Ole Miss right now. Liam Doyle, left-handed pitcher. Andrew Fisher, third baseman this past season. So something I thought was a couple interesting things I thought. So I'm going to actually redo tomorrow my first video on how I think the draft will affect the pitchers, because a little bit's changed since then. But I'm going to actually read it. I'm going to leave the one posted now, but I'm going to redo it and update it tomorrow. But Franklin is in. He is in. Throws up to about 99. I misspoke on it. He averaged I can't remember what the strikeouts. It was like over 2 strikeouts per inning, 1 walk per inning on it. Good stuff. It just needs to needs to be honed in. Same with Marcus Phillips. It's kind of like that, but that gives another guy throwing right around 100, give or take. Keelan's in the fold. Something I thought was interesting last night. Curley is playing for Team USA right now on this summer ball circuit, which I think is coming to an end here pretty soon. He was actually in the lineup at first base for Team USA last night. He has played some shortstop. So is that something to keep in mind? There's some other guys that's been mentioned could potentially be big-time first baseman. Blake Grimmer is a guy we've not seen yet. Of course, Dalton Bargo is a guy who could win that first base job as well. But the fact that Curley's playing first makes me wonder, is that something they'll toy with it in the fall? Fisher from Ole Miss, if Tennessee's able to get both of those guys. Fisher played third for Ole Miss this past season. Where could they possibly go at that point? And I think there's numerous ways that you could probably go in this case. You could go Fisher at third. You could go Curley at first. Curley is athletic enough to play numerous positions. So he is athletic enough he can play the outfield. He can play anywhere in the infield as well. He's kind of, I don't know if I'd call him jack of all trades, master of none, but he is a guy who can do quite a bit. He is a guy who can do quite a bit, as in Curley, because it was mentioned in the fall in Tony Vitello's interview that Curley can play the outfield if needed. So, if that is the case, maybe they go out there, because that outfield's not settled either. Reese Chapman, I think, is the one that I expect a big jump from Reese Chapman. Who else could there be? I don't know. I think Colby Backus bears watching for a guy who could take that next step in the outfield. You look at Chapman, he did some good things this year. Backus did some good things midweek. On the weekends, though, it wasn't there. But I think it's a guy that still has that potential to take a Kavaris Tears, Dylan Dreiling type jump. So let's say you get Andrew Fisher. Let's say you've got Curley. You've already got Gavin Keelan in here. There's 3 or 4 infielders, I think, depending on, could Fisher play first? Could Curley go third? There's so many opportunities here. Cannon Peebles behind the plate. This is a reload. Make no mistake about it. It is a reload. There'll be some guys take that next step next year. We've seen it every year under Tony Vitello, a guy who wasn't a starter, didn't play a lot, who bided his time, put in the work, and then the next season. Hunter Ensley was watching. I've not made the video on the fielders as far as the draft. I still think there's a less than 50% chance that he's back, because if he gets drafted, he's gone. An interesting development with pitching I saw was A.J. Causey is playing in the Cape Cod League right now. So I don't know if he's planning on coming back. Now, if he gets drafted, he's going to go. Guys are not coming back when they get drafted because of the money, because of the bonus, because of that type of stuff. There's a big difference in that bonus. I've talked about it ad nauseum on here. I've talked about it numerous times on it. But that bears watching. That's some stuff. I'll redo the pitchers video, talk about that. I'll do the one about the fielders. But if Tennessee's able to add the 2 guys from Ole Miss, And from what I've seen, Fisher's visiting Florida right now, so I think it's possible you see him on Tennessee's campus about any day now. This team's ready to rock and roll. They are ready to rock and roll next year. Big pickup, big day for Tennessee. They're going to keep on rolling. They're going to keep on rolling. I do hope they change it going forward where this transfer portal is closed throughout the season. Because when a team like Tennessee is in Omaha for 2 weeks, a team like Texas A&M, of course, these teams that are out there for 2 weeks almost, they're getting behind whether – now, I know Tennessee is, from what I read, being selective in who they get from the portal. So I don't know if they've missed out on anybody they really went hard on. Naturally, they've missed out on some guys they would have liked to have had. But they've got to fix this window where teams that are out can't just sit there and load up while the teams that are trying to win a national championship is getting left behind. It's not a draft, all right? So the NCAA has got to fix that window. But at the same time, again, I don't know that Tennessee has lost out on anybody at this point over it. But it does, hamper their ability to be able to host guys while they're in Omaha for 2 weeks. But which would you rather have, a national championship or, a guy from the portal? No offense to any guy from the portal, but you take your national championship when you get it. I'm going to wrap up on that one. Guys, I'll keep you updated on any portal news that breaks. And, I hope you'll continue to tune in on here as well for just in-depth coverage of Tennessee baseball and where we're going moving forward with the draft less than, draft's about 10 days away now, if I'm not mistaken, on that July 14th through 16th. So they have 20 rounds. Normally, if a guy is an underclassman, gets picked within that 20 rounds, you don't see him on campus again. Right, you do occasionally, but Tennessee has not had that happen at this point. And then it bears watching with the high school draft as well. I see people want. I think it was the one I talked about Tennessee's recruiting class. Somebody asked, well, where are they ranked? Guys, I'm posting the content with that information on. All right, if I'm just posting it in a message, what's the point of me doing the video? I'm not trying to be rude on that, but it's like it's in the video. All right. Frank Rock, House Foreign Sports Channel. Be safe tonight, guys. Have a great 4th of July. Eat well. Shoot fireworks to your heart's desire. Bring all 10 fingers and 2 hands back with you tomorrow. Go Vols. I'll see you when I see you. Happy 4th of July.
Everyone rejects me.